Howdy, partners. You know who it is. It's your boy, Sheriff Teddy. I am the law. And welcome back to the Wonderland. Hey, Weirdos, how we doing? And everything. Today we're going to continue our discussion of You Got a Friend in Me, where we interview all the Toy Story movies, starting with the first one, where we review all of them. So let's continue. So anyway, we last left off, we was talking about how the birthday party in the move. So yeah, because Andy's mom didn't want to wait till his birthday, she decided to have his party, and they're moving. She decided to have it on that day. Now, when I first was watching this movie, when I was little, I thought to myself, well, why didn't she just have the birthday party when they got on his birthday? Why she wanted to wait? But then I realized she had to have it because it went with the plot of the movie. So anyway, Woody, because he's the guy, he finds out about it and everything. So he was like, oh yeah, the birthday party today? Oh no, I gotta do something about it. So he has a staff meeting and everything. Yeah. He said, okay, toys, have a staff meeting. So, and like I said, since Woody is the boss and the ace, the toys do what he say. He's the leader, so the toys listen to him. So, when they have a staff meeting, he talks about, okay, first thing first. Y'all know we moving and everything, so make sure y'all have y'all moving buddy. And the toys was like, man, what's up with this? Moving buddy? Why do we need a moving buddy? We don't need all that. And Woody said, hey, I ain't joking around. He said, like, hey, no. He was on that no child left behind, but no toy left behind mess. Well, no time left behind stuff. But no time left behind is really a bunch of BS. Yeah, that story for another time. So he said, okay, so you better get your moving buddy if you don't have one. And everything. Then he went on to the most important announcement. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Andy's birthday party is today. So the toys went into a panic because they like, oh, why is today though? Like, don't mom know his birthday is next week? So Woody was like, she wanted to have it before the move. So towards in the panic, Woody was like, hey, I'm good. So Woody was like, I ain't got no worries. Yeah, he was under the rain mess. Woody was like, I ain't got no worries. Anyway, the toys was like, and Miss Taylor was like, of course you ain't got no worries. You're Andy's favorite though. They can never replace you. I ain't gonna lie, man. This movie, I really did like Mr. Potato Head. He's one of my least favorite characters. And he still is. To this day. Anyway, yeah. So, anyway, we say, hey, I got you. I'm going to send in the troops. If I send them in, would that be good? So it's like, yeah, send in the troops. So he sent in sergeant and everything and all that other stuff. And they have a radio to tell them what the presidents are. But then we get to the big one, which is the plot of this whole movie. Okay, it was very big. The army man was describing it as very big though and everything. But it was like, hey, what is it? They really didn't tell what it is until later. So then, after a while and everything, they discovered what it was. They was like, so the toys, one noticed that there was another toy on the bed where Woody slept at. So the toys was like, hey, Woody, there's somebody taking your spot on the bed, right? Woody was like, what? So then at this time we're introduced to Buzz Lightyear, a Star Command, who is voiced by the great Tim Allen, who you might know for Home Improvement in the Santa Claus. Great actor. Haven't seen one of his work, need to go see it. So anyway, here's the thing about Buzz. That boy Buzz is delusional. He doesn't know that he's a real spaceman. Well, he doesn't know that he's a toy. He thinks he's an actual spaceman. So Buzz talking with his intercom and everything, talking to what he thinks is the actual Star Command. I bust out laughing and everything because I was like, what's up with this man? Like, what this man be on? Like, don't he know he's a toy? He's not a spaceman? And I still had that to my mind, even to this day. Anyway, so And there's a famous line that Buzz says in the movie. There seems to be no line for tells life anywhere on this planet. So, Buzz say, hey, I'm Buzz Lightyear, a Star Command. I come in peace and everything. And he starts to be impressive. And Woody said, oh, yeah, it's impressive for a toy. Yeah, you're good for a toy. Buzz like, I ain't no toy. I'm a space ranger. Yeah, you know. Woody was like, so Woody be like, you're kidding, right? Say, no, I ain't kidding. I'm Woody, I'm a space ranger. So anyway, I can even fly. So later though and everything, the toys start to take a liking to Buzz. And Woody is kind of big jealous. Buzz then would say, I can actually fly. Woody's like, you can't fly. You a toy, you can't fly. Buzz still has that delusion on said, no, I'm a space ranger, so I can fly. And I'm like, come on, man, you a toy. You can't fly. When we get to your head. So he said, let me show you. Man, this man was over there skating on the track, on a skateboard, on the toy track. He was like, I told you I can fly. Was doing all these little crazy stuff that wasn't flying. So Bo Peep was like, who is Woody's girlfriend? And everything was like, I found my moving buddy. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If my girl said that in front of me to somebody, oh, man. But have to get these hands. I'll be like, girl, what's your man? You found your moving buddy. No, you haven't found your moving buddy. What you talking about? Yeah, I'm your moving buddy. You better go on with all that, girl. I'm telling you, if I was Woody and Bo Peep said that, throughout this whole movie, Buzz Lightyear should have got these hands every time. Because Buzz Lightyear was testing my boy Woody's patience. Okay, yeah. So he can fly. So over the years and everything, all the toys love Buzz. He becomes Andy's favorite toy. Woody starts to get jealous and everything. So Woody has had enough. Even Bo Peep said, hey, I know you're jealous. Woody tries to say, you know what? Let's talk about, I ain't jealous. No, I'm good. But everybody, but she can see that Woody was jealous, yeah. So can I and everything. So Buzz is like, so Woody was like, you know what? No, I ain't having this. Like this random space ranger came in and started to take over my yard. Oh, no, I ain't having this. No, so he confirmed Buzz. He said, hey, look here, boy. Okay? You can do all your little space ranger junk and everything. But hey, Andy is mine. And you better stay away from him. I was like, and when I saw that, I was like, yeah, Woody, you better let him know that you the boss. Okay? You the sheriff. Just like me, Sheriff Teddy. You the sheriff. So then again, Buzz was like, oh, I'm just here trying to get back to Star Command and everything, repair my spaceship. Which is the boss he came in. Like, seriously. Buzz, do you not know you a space ranger? Not Buzz, do you not know you a toy? I'm sorry, yeah, he confusing me. You're not a space ranger. You are a toy. You are a toy. Well, Woody actually says that in the movie later. Yeah. That's not going to be spoilers. So anyway, though, before the move, the family decided to go out one last time to a place called Pizza Planet, which is actually a real restaurant in Disneyland. If you haven't been there, go there. It's nice. So what I heard. Haven't been there, but I do plan to go there in the next year or two. Yeah. Which makes sense for Disney to have a restaurant called Pizza Planet. So yeah. So Andy's mom was like, oh, can I bring the toy? His mom's like, yeah, you can bring a toy, but one toy. So Woody was like, oh yeah, this is my chance. So he calls to a magic 8-ball, which never actually works. 8 balls don't work. Don't bother. He's like, will Andy pick me? The 8-ball said, nah, player. You can give that up right now. He was like, oh, don't count on it. So he sees Buzz working on the project and everything. He said, you know what? I'm going to make sure Andy picks me. So he switched Buzz into doing something. I forgot what switched Buzz into. But his main goal was to push Buzz after this. However, something happened and Buzz was knocked out the window and everything. Now, the toys didn't see it was an accident. So the toys came over there and they was blaming Woody. And like I said, Potato Head wanted to start stuff, be instigated and said, oh, because RC was like, oh yeah, RC told us that Woody knocked him out the window. That Woody knocked Buzz out the window. So Potato Head was like, oh, you would do the same for me if I was Andy's favorite toy? You was never going to be his favorite toy, Potato Head. I'm just telling you that right now. You was never going to be his favorite toy. Yeah. So the toys started gang up on my boy Woody. And I didn't like that, man. They're gonna game up on my boy, or the boss, the one who been there for you guys ever since and everything, because of a delusional ass space toy who thinks he's a space ranger. No, I ain't having that. So before then, Andy came in the room looking for Buzz, couldn't find him, so he said, you know what? I guess I'll take Woody. What you mean you guess you take Woody? Man, Woody was there before Buzz. You better put some respect on my boy's name. That's what I was like. So anyway, they had Pizza Planet and all that other stuff, But they stopped at a gas station to get gas because, you got to get gas to travel places, right? If you have a car, you know. If you were in the car, you know. Which I'm pretty sure all of you have and everything. So, at the gas station, Buzz and everything, came in, confronted Woody and everything, and said, hey, although you tried to pull that stuff on me and kill me, you know what? I'm from Star Command. We don't take revenge. We don't take revenge on our planet. Woody was like, oh yeah, cool. But Buzz was like, but hey, bad news for you is we're not on my planet. We're on this planet. And I'm still like, Buzz, this is your planet. You were part of a TV show. You're not the real Buzz Lightyear. You're Star Command. And throughout the whole movie, Woody was like, oh yeah, you're Star Command. So they get into a fight and everything and all that other stuff. So, after that, they rode, and right, they found out that Andy and his family left him. So they was like, oh no, he left. So Woody was like, oh no, I gotta get back to Andy. And Woody started blaming Buzz like, this is all your fault, all your delusional. Which it really was. If Buzz had accepted the fact he was a toy, they wouldn't have been in that mess in the first place. So, they was like, I know what we can do. Let's hide in these little, let's hide in this boga in this cup and everything. So all that other stuff. So they hide in this little food containers and they go in there, okay? Now, and everything, okay? That scene right there was scored because, it was like, oh yeah, before that, I forgot to tell you, okay? There's a bad dude named Sid and everything who destroys toys for a living, who the toys don't like and everything. I don't like Sid. I will never like Sid. To this day, Sid, you are a munch and everything, Sid. So yeah. But I'm talking about Sid because he plays an important part in this movie. So, Woody and Buzz, they enter and all that other stuff. Woody finds a claw machine except for the spaceship. Now, like I said before, because Buzz found the claw machine, except like a spaceship, like a rocket ship. Because Buzz is delusional and doesn't believe that he's a toy and a space ranger, I'm sorry, because watching this whole scene still made me frustrated with Buzz. He decides, I'm gonna climb in this spaceship, maybe take me to Star Command. Yeah, I know. Woody would say, you know what, Buzz? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump into the basket and we're gonna go home with Andy and them. Turns out, Woody sees Buzz find the claw into the spaceship with a claw machine. And now here's one of my favorite people at the movie. The little green alien man introduced. The one who say, the claw. I can't do it like their voice actor. I can't remember who their voice actor is, but it's nice though. So they was like, oh look, it's a stranger from the outside. Ooh. Still can't do their voice, so don't judge me because I can't do the voice. Yeah. If you can do the voice in the comments, let me know. Yeah. Anyway, so he was like, hey, I'm Buzz Lightyear Star Command. Who y'all leader is? They pointed at the claw. I'm not finna try to do that again, so don't ask me. So they was like, oh yeah, the claw tell us who leaves and who's go. I don't think the spaceman had more common sense than Buzz because they knew they were toys too. So Woody goes in and everything, and because he's still responsible for Buzz. I don't know why he went in after Buzz, but he did. So who would come up to the machine Then other than Sid Phillips, then Sid. So Sid did pick an alien toy who I already knew at the time he something was going to happen to him. Then he sings a Buzz Lightyear. He said, "Oh yeah, I gotta have that. I want that." We already knew he was going to torture the toys and everything. Yeah, like I said, spoilers. I'll get there later. He even strapped Buzz to a rocket ship and was about to blow him up. Like I said, spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie and you didn't want to hear that, go watch the movie and come back to this video. I'm like, oh yeah, I got him. So he was like, so the alien was having to be chosen because he didn't know what was going on. Woody knew what was going on because Woody knows Sid. Buzz don't know Sid. Okay? So when they got home and everything, you know, he fed the toy alien to his dog Scud and everything. Then he tortured and everything, you know, over the time, you know, Sid is the guy who was abusing toys. He broke toys apart and everything. Yeah. Fast forward and everything, while Buzz and them was strapped, Buzz saw a commercial about a Buzz Lightyear action figure. So they was promoting the Buzz Lightyear action figure. So Buzz was like, "What's up with this? Like, is that me? Like, had this commercial, like, is this commercial what them trying to tell me?" So after commercial and everything, it had the words, not a flying toy. So Buzz, I guess he realized, was like, have I been really? Maybe I always been just a toy. So he tries to say, you know what? No, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna try to fly one last time. He climbed up this little stairs and everything, or this little barricade, and try to fly off the window. Spread his wings and say his famous phrase, "To infinity and your mom." I'm sorry, it's to infinity and beyond. Yeah. That's the real saying in the fourth one, but we'll get to that later. Yeah. Turns out he didn't get that. He didn't even get close to the window. He fell on the ground and lost his arms. So then again, you know, he after with the broken arm and everything, and all that other stuff, Buzz was delusional. He pretended that he was Mrs. Nettle and he had a tea party with Hannah, his sister, until Woody smacked him and slapped him out of it. So Buzz tried to convince so then again, because of Andy's house and Sid's house across the window, the toys was trying to figure out how they can get Buzz back. Like, really? Y'all didn't care about Woody? Y'all only wanted Buzz? Yeah, the toys made me mad in this movie, y'all. They made me so upset. So, yeah. So, Woody came to the window and said, "Hey, y'all, what's up? I'm good." And only Bo Peep and Slinky was happy to see him. Yeah. That scene right there realized that it's going to be at least one or two people loyal to you. Yeah. He also realized that people can switch up on you anytime and everything. Yeah. So, they was like, so Woody said, "Oh, well, if that's you, where Buzz at?" Woody said, "You know what? Oh, what I got to do? Hey, Buzz, let me get your hands so I can fool everybody else." And it welcomed to a little while until it didn't. So the toy said, "You know what? Yeah, we can't trust you, Woody, right now." And they all went back inside the window and everything. So then again, you know, the plot line. Now, Sid had some toys, okay? But Woody thought was evil. But they wasn't. They actually fixed Buzz's arm. But Woody thought, no, I thought he was going to eat him. I thought he was going to eat him. But they all ran away when he said that. Now, here's the thing, okay? Sid ordered a giant rocket. And Sid said, "You know what? Oh, yeah. Time to blow up some toys." He said, "You know what? Hey." At first, he said, "You know what? I should blow up Woody." But then he was like, no. Forget that. I was going to blow up a Space Ranger. So he strapped the rocket to Buzz. He was about to take him outside to blow him up. But he found out it was raining on that day. So he said, "Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to do it in the morning." I'm guessing and everything too. So yeah. So at the time and this recording and everything, yeah. So at nighttime, while Sid was sleeping and everything, Woody started confronting Buzz. And Buzz was like, yeah, Woody, you was right. I am a toy. I've been a toy all these years. Thanks for telling me what you was trying to do. He was like, hey, I don't know why Andy would play with me. Buzz was, and this where Buzz, this is why Woody will always remain the best toy in the whole movie. Because Woody was like, hey, Buzz, yeah, you're a toy, but you're the coolest toy I know. He was like, why would Andy want you? Andy wants you because look at what you can do. Look at all your features, man. Woody was like, I'm nothing compared to you, Buzz. All I can do is you pull my string and I say, reach for the sky. Like I said, I cannot do it how Tom Hanks did it. So don't judge me. So Buzz was like, any toy be lucky to be you. Yeah. So Woody was like, hey, let's save yourself. Don't worry about me. Buzz was like, after this, eventually Buzz came to his senses. And Buzz was like, nah. We're in this together. So we're going to go to end it together. And that was beautiful because I think that really was started the friendship. That conversation was started the true friendship of Woody and Buzz. So anyway, though, if the morning comes, and it's time to blow up Buzz. Sid takes Buzz and everything and leave Woody. Woody was like, oh no, what am I going to do? Here comes Andy's toys. Well, here comes Sid's toys. Woody is a master of convince because he convinced them to say, hey, y'all, we need to save my friend. One toy to other toy, let's save him. So Woody is a master strategist because he come up with this full plan just to on how to save Buzz and everything, which worked and everything, yeah. Then, Woody disguised. Sid over there acting like he was an astronaut and finna blows up and everything. So he stumbled on Woody. He was like, hey, how you get out here? Oh, don't worry. I'm going to put you on the grill later. And put a match in his pocket. So, as Sid is counting down to 10, Woody, I don't know how the animators did it, but it's so awesome, breaks down, voice box does it on his own. And has, so Sid was like, yo, where is this coming from? Because, nobody's pulled a string. The way Woody works is somebody pulled a string, then he talks. And it's so amazing how the animators actually did this and everything. So, and all that other stuff. Apparently, though, when Sid said, oh yeah, it's busted. Woody knew. Okay, Woody was smart. He was like, and who you calling busted? Buster? Sid was terrified when he said that. He was like, yeah, I'm talking to you, Sid Phillips. Yeah, what you gonna do about it? So that's when Sid realized that Woody was no amateur. The toy was alive. He said, hey, look here, though. What you doing to these toys? No, they ain't gonna fly. You're gonna start treating them with respect. He was like, what you talking about? He was like, you see all these toys? So all his toys, and came up on the ground to get revenge on what Sid did to them. And Sid was like, and Woody said a famous quote, from now on, you have to take very care of your toys, Sid. Because if you don't, we'll find out. We toys can see everything. I cannot turn my head like him, so don't ask me to. So play nice. That's when Sid ran off and everything. And, I guess at that time, he would never touch a toy again. So anyway, they leave. They celebrate and they leave and everything. It turns out that they have a movie band, okay? But they don't have no matches. Then Woody realized that Sid put a match in his gun pocket. So he's like, oh yeah, dude. Turns out, it didn't happen. But Sid did go get RC and everything. But then Woody used the sun to light the rocket. He was like, hey, I just light a rocket. It exploded. And everything. So then again, Buzz finally flew in the movie. He was like, Buzz, you're flying. No, I ain't flying. This is falling with style. Yeah. So then Woody thought, hey, Buzz, we supposed to aim for the moving truck? We just missed it. He said, no, we ain't doing that. And everything. We're aiming for something else. So then again, they flew right into the car that Andy was in. This towards the end of the movie. And Andy was so happy because he found Woody and Buzz and everything. I didn't ask no questions on the movie. They didn't ask no questions. So at the end of the movie, it was Christmas time. Woody and Buzz are finally friends. And he shared his first kiss with Bo Peep. I love their relationship. They were so awesome. I'll talk more about it in 2 and 4. We'll talk more about Bo Peep and their relationship in 2 and 4. And we'll talk more about Jesse and Buzz relationship in 5. There will be spoilers too if you haven't seen Toy Story 5. But it'll be a while before we get to those movies. So yeah. So it's Christmas time. Open up the first presents. Mr. Potato Head finally got his wife, Mrs. Potato Head, and everything. He said, well, I need to save. Took his mustache off and everything. Then it was like, okay, here's Andy's first present. What do we do? Woody said, hey, you ain't worried, are you? He said, no. He said, are you? He said, no. No, like I said, Woody was like, I ain't got no worries. I ain't got no worries. So he was like, nothing could be worse than you, Buzz. Turns out they was wrong. Andy got a puppy, Buster, who we will talk about in episode 3 of when we do Toy Story 2. So yeah, overall, this was the first time introduced to the series. I really like the voice acting, the plot line, the animation, how the character was introduced, the development of Woody and Buzz in this movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. I will watch it again and everything. Anyway, Weirdos, if you enjoy and like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Next week, I'll be out of town in Mississippi, so I won't be posting any videos until I come back and everything. So please don't expect the videos. When I come back, I will post the next episode where we talk about Toy Story 2 and everything, yeah. And as always, stay weird, stay cool, stay silly, and stay humble. And don't do anything I will do, because I am the law. Yeah, thank you for visiting the Items of Wonderland. And love y'all, weirdos.